Tonight we are having steak and I'm making risotto as a side dish. I'm Tess and come join me as I make a creamy and delicious mushroom risotto. To get started, I'm first going to get my broth ready and the mushrooms cooked. I'm using chicken broth, but you can use a broth of your choice. Mushroom broth is really good and adds a level of richness to this risotto recipe. I'm bringing the chicken broth up to a boil and then reducing to a simmer. If you add cold broth to the rice, it will not cook through and will not become creamy. I'm using Bella mushrooms tonight, but you can use the mushrooms that you like. I cut them into quarters. In a deep skillet on medium heat, I'm adding in a little olive oil, the mushrooms, minced garlic, and some salt and black pepper, cooking and stirring for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the mushrooms are done. Risotto takes time to cook and become creamy and perfect. While cooking, you're going to be stirring, so you don't want to have any interruptions. In a pan on medium heat, I'm adding in some olive oil, my diced onions, salt and black pepper, and some minced garlic. Cooking and stirring for about a minute, and then I'm adding in my rice. This is arborio rice, and it is a short grain rice that has a high starch content and as a result becomes creamy and rich while cooking. I'm cooking and stirring the rice for about 2 to 3 minutes to get all the grains of rice coated with the oil. Now I'm adding in a little white wine, and I think this really adds some flavor and acidity to the risotto. If you don't have white wine or prefer not to use wine, you can add a little lemon juice or leave out. Cooking and stirring for about a minute or until the wine is absorbed. Next is the broth. You want to add just enough broth to cover the rice, stirring frequently if not constantly until the liquid is almost absorbed. Keep adding a little broth at a time and continue cooking until the rice is al dente. Keep tasting the rice along the way. The rice takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook through and it will have a little bit of a bite. And we're almost done. I'm adding in my mushrooms, some fresh chopped parsley, and grated Parmesan cheese. Giving that a good mix to combine, and then finally I'm adding in a couple tablespoons of butter for some extra creaminess and to bring this risotto all together. Serving tonight with some steak that is topped with some garlic mushrooms and onions. If you'd like to see that video recipe, I'll leave a link here and also in the Show More section below. I hope you give this easy and creamy mushroom risotto a try and enjoy. If you like this recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Steemit, Facebook, and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love!